From the urgency of the USL League One table to desperation in the Jägermeister Cup, that's the reality for both Charlotte Independence and South Georgia Tormenta, both in dire need of 3 points late in the group stage. It's Charlotte hosting Tormenta tonight from the Queen City, round 6 of Jägermeister Cup group play. I'm Ken Levicka. Good evening to you, and we'll take a glance at both of these two sides. First time around in the Jägermeister Cup, round 1, Charlotte and Tormenta playing to 1-1 in the full 90, 5-4 in penalties in favor of Charlotte Independence. That, unfortunately for Tormenta, a harbinger of things to come. For Charlotte, they have been grabbing results, but it hasn't necessarily been the powerhouse run through the group stage they were hoping for. The man that has kept them afloat, though, and still with a chance to win the group, is Juan Carlos Obregon. He is the player to watch, presented by Great Clips. Obregon leads the team, 7 goals this season, veteran presence, and he has led the attack for Charlotte, and he has really helped the offensive aspect of them go when they're not necessarily able to get the full team forward. As for Tormenta, Sebastian Vivas, also player to watch on the South Georgia side, presented by Great Clips. Vivas, newcomer to this Tormenta side, 6 goals on the season, scored in the last game, in fact, against Lexington, a much-needed victory in the table, the League One table, but different fish to fry this evening here in Charlotte. In group play, it's getting late. After tonight, only 2 matches remaining for both sides, and let's look at the group stage standings presented by Pepsi. Greenville, they are at the top, 9 points, 2 clear of Charlotte Independence. Richmond Kickers also even with Charlotte. Then there's Tormenta, who could be eliminated from the Jägermeister Cup officially tonight. We'll go through all of the ramifications for them as we get into the broadcast, but needless to say, they have to have 3 points. Jägermeister Cup group play action continues on a gorgeous Saturday night in Charlotte. Independence playing host to South Georgia Tormenta, presented by Novat Health. More pregame and kickoff upcoming after this. This is the USL Jägermeister Cup.
Always reaching higher, pushing further, achieving remarkable. At Novat Health, we never stop. Because whether it's sports performance at the highest level or the playground level, we're driven to help you excel at what drives you. Not just keeping you healthy for the game, but also healthy for life. Novat Health. Expect remarkable.
When it comes to delivering high-quality, affordable healthcare, relationships matter. And after 90 years, Blue Cross North Carolina is proud of the relationships we've built with you. We're 5,000 neighbors, friends, and family committed to improving the health and well-being of everyone across this state. We're here for you, all of you.
Are you ready? Ready for more games you love? Ready for more players, new rivals? Ready for more fans, new friends, and endless celebrations? This is Carolina's new women's pro soccer team, the Carolina Ascent, featuring the world's most exciting players connected to the global game, uniting the Carolinas. We are the Carolina Ascent, built for the Carolinas.
Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the inaugural USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting new tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. Novan Health brings you tonight's match. Tonight's Christmas in July matchup and Childhood Cancer Awareness Night presented by Novan Health, the official healthcare provider of the Charlotte Independents. Both sides coming out onto this pitch here at American Legion Memorial Stadium. And it is Jägermeister Cup play. And let's look at the Capelli Sports starting 11. Charlotte Independents, for the exception of one game, going with the same starting 11 that helped lead the Jacks to a 2-0 victory at Chattanooga on Tuesday. The only change, Shalom Dute will take over at the top of the formation in place, the back of the formation, I should say, in the back four in place of the suspended Nicholas Spielman, who was shown red in that Tuesday victory. A 4-3-2-1 for head coach Mike Jeffries. What about South Georgia Tormenta, the visitors who need 3 points tonight? They will make a collection of changes. In fact, they reinsert Sebastian Vivas and Jackson Corey, who both came on to advantageous results in the second half of their victory, their first in 5 against Lexington last weekend. They will be in the starting 11 tonight, and Andrew Romig in goal for a 4th straight match spanning USL League One and Jägermeister Cup action. So we went through the table earlier in the pregame. That was presented by Pepsi. Pepsi Cola, the official soft drink of the Charlotte Independents. Enjoy an ice-cold Pepsi while watching the Jacks. Pepsi, born in the Carolinas, and there is the opening whistle. Charlotte Independents and Tormenta. Charlotte right now sitting second in the group, Tormenta in last, and they could be eliminated tonight. They have got to get 3 points. They need results, and that is what's at stake here this evening. A gorgeous evening in Charlotte, North Carolina, and so glad you were with us for Jägermeister Cup play on this Saturday. I'm Ken Levicka. And early Tormenta will try and get itself on the front foot. Scoring first has been an issue for them in this Jägermeister Cup. And in fact, the entire USL League One season, only once in the Jägermeister Cup has Tormenta been able to score prior to its opponent, and only 3 times in this entire 2024 campaign has Tormenta found the back of the net first. You've got to think that that is going to have to change tonight, or it could be curtains for Tormenta. As for Charlotte Independents, they are seeking in an urgent way 3 points in the table, because not only are there 2 matches left, as this is sent forward, making his way into the box. Early danger here for Charlotte on the right foot, and an outstanding defensive play in the back. And that was Jake Dangler, all 6'5" of them sticking his boot in there and keeping Tormenta from early disaster here on the road. Charlotte Independents, though, meanwhile, as I was saying, has these 2 matches upcoming remaining in the Jägermeister Cup. And fortunate for them, it's against the group leaders, Greenville. So if they can get 3 points tonight, depending on what Greenville does against Richmond, there could be 2 massive 90s upcoming for this Charlotte outfit. This is the 3rd meeting of the season between these 2 teams. One in the league, one in the cup. Both finished 1-1 through 90 in the Jägermeister Cup. Charlotte Independents victorious 5-4 in penalties. Offside flag goes up. Tormenta has only been able to achieve victory once in the Jägermeister Cup. This is a good ball forward, slice into the box, played back, but footing lost as Vivas was trying to get there, and it's cleared out of danger. And now a long ball forward. This is going to be won by Obregon, who has scored in both meetings against Tormenta this season, but he's possessed off the ball, and Tormenta will play it out of the back. Tormenta, the lone victory. That came in penalties, so 2 points in the Jägermeister Cup table. That was their last Jägermeister Cup match against Central Valley Fuego, 1-1 full time, 5-4 in penalties in favor of Tormenta. There was one full-time victory for Charlotte Independence. That was a 1-0 result against Richmond Kickers. Also, the penalties win against Tormenta fell in penalties to Northern Colorado, and that return trip to Richmond Kickers. We have a Tormenta player that is down along the touchline. See if a physio has to come out to attend to that. Keys to the game presented by Black Tie Bus Charters for Charlotte Independence. Keep the foot on the gas. Need to keep pushing. You need 3 points on the table if you want a chance with Greenville upcoming in the Jägermeister Cup. And for Tormenta, we've already addressed it. Score first. Those opportunities playing with a lead have been few and far between for South Georgia Tormenta here in 2024. Novan Health is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Charlotte Independence. With same and next day sick visits, Novan Health provides care when and where you need it. Schedule online, novanthealth.com. Our first whistle from our referee tonight, Adahan Yaya. He's the man in yellow this evening. Into the attacking half, Charlotte Independence. A good hooking delivery to the edge of the area. Dribbled into the middle of the box, and that is blasted out of play and into the seats. There you get a look at Clay Dimmick's 6th season with Charlotte Independence. This a bit off the mark, has to be retrieved by Belmar. Belmar, can he keep it in play? Yes, but he sliced it right at Romig. The flag was up regardless. Andrew Romig making his 4th straight start. In his previous 3 appearances, 4 goals conceded. Was previously in the USL Championship with Memphis 901. Here's a quick restart for Charlotte. This is blasted into the box, and some miscommunication in the back, opting to concede a corner. Nicholas Akoto looking around. He wasn't sure where he was and didn't hear anyone indicate that he maybe had some room to operate if he tried to control the ball. And it'll be a Chick-fil-A corner. Charlotte second in the East group in this Jägermeister Cup. This is to the back post on the set piece delivery and headed away. Back into the attacking third comes Charlotte. Luis Alvarez will blast it back into the midfield. Touched on by Ryan JJ. To the top of the box, chested up in the air and nearly volleyed on net, just wide. That was a really bright idea from Obregon. Who else? Put some flash on that, but not quite accurate enough to challenge Romig. Obregon's been quite an addition for Mike Jeffries. Played in the 2021 Tokyo Olympics for Honduras and was part of the 2023 USL Championship Players Shield Pittsburgh Riverhounds side. Had an illustrious time at Hartford Athletic. First player in that organization's history to score in double figures in a season, so a lot of attacking acumen, and he's brought that here to the tune of 7 goals to Charlotte Independence. They sit 3rd in the USL League One table. Charlotte, the runner-up in USL League One a season ago. A dramatic penalty finish against North Carolina in the championship. At the top of the box. Laid back on, and that is sent wide. A bit of a give and go opportunity between Oberton and Obregon. And Obregon just a bit off the mark, didn't get a lot on it, was trying to maneuver through traffic. It's the USL Summer of Soccer on CBS. The competition's heating up this summer. Sacramento Republic FC looking for revenge against a red-hot Oakland Roots SC side. That coming up on Sunday, tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time, and August 3rd at 4 p.m. Surging Detroit City. And that steel trap defense hosting newcomer Rhode Island FC for the first time as the USL Summer of Soccer continues on the CBS network. Here the inaugural season, first go-around for the Jägermeister Cup. This is sent to the right side of the area. On the back foot, delivered to the top of the box. Mishandled in the back, and now a fight for it. It's one in the middle, and it is launched point blank out of play off the scoreboard. A glorious opportunity fell to the feet of Pedro Fonseca, and he was leaning left and sent it skyward off the mark. The build-up there was promising, but also assisting were some issues in the back. Obertan made a mess of this. You'll see him here on the edge of the area. Just heads it to no one in particular. Extremely good effort from Jackson Corey to feed Fonseca. And I'm not sure he was expecting it to be on a platter like it was, and an early opportunity goes for naught for South Georgia Tormenta. But one back by the Tormenta midfield. Can Corey get onto this? No, he's cut off mid-stride. Good defensive play by Fabrice Inga. One back on April 27th in the debut Jägermeister Cup for both sides. These two teams saw a dramatic finish that found Sebastian Vivas equalize in the 93rd minute for Tormenta, but Charlotte would shake that off and win 5-4 in penalties. Then, a month and a half ago, June 1st to be exact, another 1-1 result in full time. It was Obregon who had scored in that Jägermeister Cup debut, tallying again in the 23rd minute for Charlotte. Tormenta getting a Tunbridge goal in the 79th minute. So these two sides have not been separated by much. As that free kick opportunity sails out of play. But Tormenta asking some questions here in the opening portion of this opening half. Tormenta once again on the ball. Tormenta in USL League One play, more defeats than victories, but then able to grind out a couple of draws, especially as of late. Sits 6th in the playoff position in the USL League One table on 15 points. Won for the first time in 5 matches last Saturday. Here's a steal, and Charlotte has numbers. Working on the counter. Pushed onto the right foot, and not played particularly well by Obertan, who was surging forward. And there you see at the bottom of your screen in the salmon-colored shirt, that is Ian Cameron in his 5th season as the boss at South Georgia Tormenta. A championship coach, Tormenta winning USL League One in 2022. A home victory against Chattanooga Red Wolves. And in fact, the road to that title started with a quarterfinal victory by Tormenta over Charlotte Independence. So two sides that in back-to-back years have at least had a hand on the trophy. Tormenta, who grabbed the whole thing, as this is going to sail out of play. And they have played to very even terms here in 2024. Key players for both sides missing tonight. We talked about Nicholas Spielman suspended because of a red card. He was shown that in Charlotte's 2-0 victory at Chattanooga. That left Charlotte a man down for the final 15 minutes. Here's Tormenta again up the left flank. A step over, a chip to the middle, and that's handled in the back. That was Shalom Dute who was able to get ahead on it. Tormenta missing Philip Spangler, who was sent to the showers and is suspended on red for tonight's matchup. Through the opening 15 minutes, Ken Levicka with you. American Legion Memorial Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. This legendary facility opened in 1934. And it is a gorgeous evening in the Queen City. Temperatures at kickoff in the low 80s. Here's Daniel Steedman. And it's pushed into the back. Tormenta looking to reshape. Tormenta has won the possession battle both meetings against Charlotte this season, both at a 56-44 clip. Okoto on to Steedman. To the top of the 6, headed down, loose in the box, and it's deflected off the line. Another opportunity is launched out of play. Corey had a chance, it took a deflection, and still nothing for Tormenta. This was sprayed to the outside. Okoto surveying, and this was a beautiful ball from Steedman. Headed down into the box. It was Pack who could not collect it. It rolled on 2 separate opportunities. Lane waited to be planted, and Tormenta unable to cash in, and it remains 0-0. 2 great chances for Vivas. That was the first one. Corey denied on the second time, and then Vivas sends it into the evening sky. Austin Pack, usually very sure-handed goalkeeper. That's one that typically he would vacuum up on that header. But that rebound was fat, and Charlotte almost paid for it. A foul whistled against Charlotte. Much to the dismay of Clay Dimmick wearing that captain's armband. Dimmick started and played in all 90 minutes, all 21 matches that he featured in 2023 for the USL League One runner-ups. Tormenta's been on the front foot, but a chance on the counter. On the run. Here's Oberton. Oberton cuts to his right. Had that pass cut off. He deflected back onto him, but Tormenta able to recover and muck up the possession as Charlotte's going to try and reset. Injury report brought to you by Novat Health. No injuries of note for Charlotte Independence. Tormenta, Ford Parker, his lower body issue that has Andrew Romig in goal for a fourth straight, and Aaron Lombardi missing as well, but there is hope that that return for Tormenta is going to be soon. Still no score, but both teams have had really strong chances here in the opening nearly 20 minutes. Long ball forward, chases on, and collecting it right into his chest is Romig. Romig came up in the Richmond Kickers Academy, spent some time with Tormenta 2 in the early portion of his career. This is a good ball in stride, Akoto, but a better defensive play by Inga. But a late whistle and a clip on the heel is called, and Inga can't believe it. So here are the machinations for Tormenta, because this could be a night that finds them out of official contention in the Jägermeister Cup. And we'll get to that after this free kick opportunity from Mason Tunbridge. Loops this into the box. It's sent into the top of the box, headed down, and Pack able to collect it. Once again in front of goal, Tormenta point blank, and they can't convert. It was Vivas denied this time. A delivery that was headed into a danger area. Vivas is saying that that went off of the hand of Clay Dimmick, and the referee said play on. This played through. The defense failing to recognize that played on. Right foot clipped down, second attempt, and that's going to be chopped wide by Carlton Belmar. It looked like Tormenta, that back line, stopped playing for a moment as if they were expecting a stoppage in play. Meanwhile, Obregon was able to collect, and Belmar found himself on the ball. The man, Sebastian Vivas, has had multiple chances, 3 of them in this opening half, and maybe something coming for Tormenta again. Corey on his left foot, didn't get a ton on it. Pack diving to his right to bring it in. But Austin Pack has been a busy man, the veteran goalkeeper for Charlotte. USL League One Goalkeeper of the Year in 2023. Second in USL League One in 2024, 47 saves coming into tonight. He is now officially up over the half-century mark, and we're just past the 20-minute mark. Tormenta into the attacking third once again. Give and go. Struck down. And Charlotte back on it. Great clips. Over 4,400 salons throughout the United States and Canada, making it the world's largest salon brand. Great Clip salons provide value-priced, high-quality hair care for men, women, and children. Great Clips, official hair salon of the Charlotte Independence. This is chopped into the box, and that's headed away from trouble by Steedman. Check into Great Clips online. Find a salon near you. Visit greatclips.com or download the free app. Now, this has been a wide open affair so far. And we expected that. Charlotte Independence coming into tonight, 6 matches at home. Both teams involved have scored on 5 of those occasions, including both home matches in the Jägermeister Cup. Tormenta wanted a whistle, it never came. Instead, beautifully played through, and Pack another save, but the flag was up. Offside. Vivas, again, the frustration mounts for the prolific Tormenta goal scorer. And if he wasn't offside, if the flag would have stayed down, he would have seen Austin Pack make a spectacular stoppage. But right now, Tormenta is doing whatever it wants, slicing and dicing this back line of Charlotte Independence. So we talked about Charlotte and how both teams have routinely found the back of the net here at American Legion Memorial Stadium. Tormenta on the road. Both sides have scored 5 of the 7 matches Tormenta has played away from South Georgia, including both Jägermeister Cup matches that they've played away. So it is no surprise that both teams are asking some serious questions, and the team in white, the team that could be eliminated tonight, and I promised you earlier we'd go through what their elimination situation is, and I haven't held to that promise yet. We'll get to that. But Tormenta certainly playing like a side that knows its Jägermeister Cup life is on the line. Overtime. Into the middle. Some real estate to operate in for Belmar. Now Dimmick joins the attack from his right back position. Overtime to the middle. Alvarez able to maintain control. Inga. Alvarez able to fight through traffic. Obregon, he goes to ground, no whistle. Obertan, a blast block down. Inga tried to put touch on it, and it goes 4 rows deep. So while we get sent for an Andrew Romig goal kick, Tormenta is eliminated tonight with a loss, a Greenville win, a Greenville draw, and a Tormenta loss or a draw. A Greenville draw and a PK loss, plus a Tormenta loss or a draw and a PK loss. A Richmond win and a Tormenta loss or a draw, resulting in a PK loss as well. So I hope you took notes on that and wrote that down. We'll update that throughout the evening, but as you can see, Tormenta, even if they do get a full 3 points tonight here on the road at Charlotte, their Jägermeister Cup run could officially be over. On the ball is Obregon. Obregon right foot, and a late defensive play to send that shot errant for a Charlotte corner. Preston Kilwine saving the day momentarily. Johnson to Obregon, who had nobody around him, able to just march up into Romig's face, but Kilwine was there with an extended right leg to pop it over goal. That didn't make contact with anybody. A lot of heads in the vicinity, no contact, and Romig says, all right, well, I'll just come up and possess this ball. The other game we're looking at, Richmond Kickers, Greenville Triumph, that's still scoreless. So again, Tormenta, Jägermeister Cup is done for them if they lose, if Greenville wins. If Greenville draws and Tormenta suffers a loss or a draw. Here comes Akoto. Akoto, what is he going to do from distance? He says, I'm going to go to the edge of the area. This is lobbed into the middle. A diving header away. Back on it is Tormenta. Tunbridge. He chops it to Vivas. Vivas has it blocked, and it'll be an attacking third throw-in. If Greenville has a draw and a loss in penalties, plus Tormenta loses or draws with a loss in penalties, or a Richmond win and Tormenta loss or a draw with a loss in penalties. And that is a wrap for Tormenta. Need a lot to go their way tonight. including taking care of their own business, as this is going to go for a Charlotte corner, or a Charlotte goal kick, I should say. We are past the midway point of this opening half. Ken Levicka with you. American Legion Memorial Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte Independence 0 and Tormenta 0. This is round 6 of the Jägermeister Cup. The Charlotte Independent storefront is live. Stock up for the next match on scarves, hats, shirts, and more. Shop their new online storefront. Visit charlotteindependence.myshopify.com for your Charlotte Independence merch. Coming into this evening, Charlotte Independence an even goal differential, while Tormenta at -4. Tells the story of where both sit in the table. Oberton surveys along the touchline and blasts this out of play. Belmar was in pursuit. He was never going to get there. And we have officially hit the half-hour mark, and it looks like we have a hydration break coming. Gives me a chance to tell you that all the soccer action you want, all the flexibility you need is right here. The 2024 Flex Plan includes 10 ticket vouchers to use however you want throughout the season. Visit charlotteindependence.com for more details. The Charlotte Independence Flex Plan. Well, South Georgia Tormenta has certainly made Austin Pack a busy goalkeeper here this evening, but still we remain level at 0-0. A 55-45 possession advantage for the visitors from South Georgia. That tracks with what we've seen the first two matches between these two teams this year, the one in the Jägermeister Cup and the other in League One play back on June 1st. A 6-3 shots edge for Tormenta as well. They were 16-6, Tormenta over Charlotte in that category in the round 1 Jägermeister Cup matchup that Charlotte won in penalties, and then again Tormenta 14-8 on the larger end in shots on June 1st, and only a 1-1 draw. Got to look at Ian Cameron giving some directions to his side for the final 15 minutes of this first half. Mike Jeffries, long-time boss here in Charlotte. Well, Sebastian Vivas, he's the man. If you're Tormenta, you want the ball at his feet as often as possible, and he has certainly been involved. He's got 2 shots on goal saved by Pack, and 2 that he has sent well wide of goal from inside of 12 yards. Charlotte in this Jägermeister Cup, a penalty win over Tormenta to start it, lost 2-1 against forward Madison. A 2-2 in regulation, 4-2 defeat in penalties thriller against Northern Colorado. Beat Richmond Kickers 1-0, then fell in penalties the following match, 2-2 at the end of regulation, 5-4. They fell in penalties. And then after tonight, back-to-back against group leaders Greenville. For Tormenta, of course, that penalty loss to Charlotte. Fell to Greenville 3-2 after leading 2-1 well into the second half. Lost 2-1 to Richmond. Fell apart in the second half in the second meeting against Greenville and brought to a 3-1 defeat, and then beat Fuego in penalties. There's something cooking here for Tormenta. To the outside. Left foot blocked away for a corner. Tormenta is just coming in waves. Corey up the right side, Fonseca on the left, Vivas up the middle, and they are maneuvering wherever they want to go. But they've got to take advantage at some point. It'll be Connor Doyle, the 32-year-old veteran. First season at Tormenta. Beloved Union Omaha player to send in this right-footed corner. It floats outward, and a foul is called in the box. And that will end that opportunity. Doyle played 86 matches with Union Omaha through 2021 to 2023. Part of DC United, Colorado Rapids, and MLS prior to that. Part of a US Open Cup championship side with DC United. A retooled Tormenta roster in a playoff position here in 2024. Only 6 returners from a season ago in a disappointing title defense. Charlotte Independence, meanwhile, they have picked up where they left off from going to the final last year. This misplayed in the back. Here is a chance, and it links through. It is a goal for Charlotte Independence. Luis Alvarez stayed with it. Misplayed by the Tormenta defense, and Alvarez makes them pay. 1-0 to Charlotte. Tormenta's been pushing and pushing and pushing and asking questions. And sloppy along the back line. And Tormenta pays the price. Al-Sadiq Hassan did not read that ball well. Alvarez a strong first touch, and he pokes it under Romig. And Tormenta concedes first again. For the 5th time in the Jägermeister Cup. Tormenta having to play from behind. And Charlotte Independence able to weather the Tormenta storm and find their way to the advantage. A goal that came out of nowhere. And how will Tormenta respond? Alvarez in the 35th minute. This is chipped towards the back post, nobody home. So Tormenta trying to attack Austin Pack's goal right away. And they gather a turnover in the attacking third. Steedman laid it off, has it back and punches it to Corey. Now at the top of the area, left foot, one hopper to Pack off the left foot of Tunbridge. Mason Tunbridge, the 23-year-old Englishman, decided to give it a go. Good pace, but right at the established Charlotte goalkeeper. And that was a very routine defensive play that Hassan could not make for Tormenta on that Charlotte goal. Just misjudged it. Very similar to an outfielder. And a high fly ball. The goal scorer, Alvarez, to Oberton. And now Tormenta on the run. Tunbridge on the move. Tries to go across to the near side of the pitch. and Corey won it. Alvarez had some trouble with it, and Corey's going to wait for reinforcements. It comes in the form of Daniel Steedman. Steedman to the top of the box. Steedman had that blocked. Fonseca. On to Tunbridge. Tried to blast it with pace. Goes off of the head of Dimmick, and it'll be a corner for South Georgia Tormenta. Desperate to find an equalizer before the half. A 35th minute goal for Luis Alvarez. And it is Charlotte Independence on top, 1-0. This corner presented by Chick-fil-A. High into the air and snagging it at a high point is Austin Pack. And here's his distribution, trying to get Charlotte Independence on the run. Tormenta throwing numbers back. Hassan with his back heel able to halt that surge. Still scoreless between Greenville and Richmond kickers at this moment. But Tormenta on the wrong side of this 1-0 score line. If things hold like this, Tormenta will officially be eliminated from any chance at the knockout stage of the Jägermeister Cup. Tormenta once again on the move. Fonseca, low left-footed cross, and it will be yet another corner for Tormenta. Dimmick interfering with that attempted distribution. Daniel Steedman saunters over to the corner flag. Steedman right into the middle of the 6. It got away from Pack, but a foul. The whistle blows from Atahan Yaya. Take a look at what happened here as Akoto went up and made contact with Pack, and that drew the foul. Akoto played his college soccer at NAIA Kaiser University and in West Palm Beach, Florida, part of a national championship side in 2021. Came up through the Tormenta 2 system to play here with the top team. 25-year-old U.S.-French dual national. Dangler onto the aforementioned Akoto. Charlotte trying to work out of the back. Omar Sis is dispossessed. Corey says enough of that. And now a clattering foul from behind is going to bring a card. Our first booking of the night to Gabriel Oberton, the Charlotte midfielder. Not much of a question about this. There's a forearm from behind to the back of Connor Doyle. Oberton shakes his head in frustration. Oberton in his 4th year with Charlotte Independence. "13 goals in a Jacks uniform for Gabriel Oberton. Meanwhile, another set piece chance for Tormenta, trailing 1-0 here as we head to the twilight stages of the opening half. Mason Tunbridge stands over the ball. Tunbridge chips it high into the air, and Pack comes out to snag it without much of a problem. And now he'll lay on the turf. He's clutching at his collarbone area. And he'll collect himself. A high delivery, and you'll see Pack come out. And Pack will go down. And I didn't quite see where the contact came, but Jake Dengler for Tormenta was in the vicinity, may have caught Pack with an inadvertent forearm or elbow. Dimmick. That tightrope walks the touchline, and now Oberton is on the run. That deflects off of a defender, and it's going to roll onto the feet of Andrew Romig. USL Summer Soccer on the ESPN networks. Tune into ESPN2 for a USL Summer Soccer showdown between Championship Eastern Conference rivals Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC and Hartford Athletic. They battle to stay in the playoff race. That is going on at this moment. So at halftime, go ahead and flip that over. 7 p.m. Eastern time was the start time, so getting close to the half. Pittsburgh and Hartford ongoing on ESPN2. Onto the right foot of Obregon. Now a battle for it at the top of the box. Tormenta able to clear it out of trouble. Oberton. Far touchline. 4 additional minutes of added time here in the first half from our referee, Arahan Yaya. Been a fairly clean opening half. From a fouls perspective, Al-Sadiq Hassan will want his misjudge of a high floating long ball that fell onto the feet of Luis Alvarez. Hassan will want that back because Alvarez was able then to dribble on Andrew Romig and score in the 35th minute. That's our only goal as we near halftime. This is going to sidewind its way on the Pack. Comes off his line. Well, Tormenta conceded first in their 2-1 victory at Lexington last weekend. And then Vivas and Fonseca converted in the second half. Can Tormenta find some of the same magic that they benefited from 7 nights ago? They're going to need it. On the run, Al-Sadiq Hassan going to send it into the chairbacks. And an attacking third throw in. Charlotte, can they tack on another one here late in the half? Here's Obregon trying to turn the corner. Pushes it off to Inga. Now gets headed back to the midfield. Cobbled up there by Dute. Sis, now Alvarez. Oberton. Oberton and Alvarez, a bit of a 1-2. Now Alvarez. That took a deflection, still found its way to Inga. Now Alvarez, is he going to give it a ride? No, we wanted to feed it into the box. Dimmick was making a run up the right side, never found him. Got to be careful here if you're Charlotte. Well played as Vivas was lurking. But Corey wins it back. Could not get Vivas, though, on the run. He's frustrated. He looks to the sky now. Puts his hands on his knees. Not sure if Vivas was going to be onside, even if that did connect. No need to rush it if you're Austin Pack. He's going to be content to wind down some clock here with his side on the right end of 1-0. He hooks this into the midfield. Pushed on by Belmar. Now into the middle for Obregon. Dimmick surveys Dimmick. Rolls it to the outside, try to feed it deep into the area, and that's handled. Alvarez will throw it back in. Oberton got on it. Obregon hooked it wide, trying to curl it on the pivot. Alvarez just said, go get it. Oberton chested it down. Obregon, that did not miss by a ton, and there is the final whistle of the half. Now, South Georgia Tormenta, they had more on the attack. They forced Austin Pack into several saves, but it's Charlotte Independence with the goal to show for it, thanks to Luis Alvarez in the 35th minute. A defensive mistake in the back, and Alvarez able to push it past Andrew Romig, and it's 1-0 to the home side, Charlotte Independence, in this round 6 Jägermeister Cup matchup. Halftime on the way.
Always reaching higher, pushing further, achieving remarkable. At Novant Health, we never stop. Because whether it's sports performance at the highest level or the playground level, we're driven to help you excel at what drives you. Not just keeping you healthy for the game, but also healthy for life. Novant Health. Expect remarkable.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees with lows ranging in the upper 50s. Tomorrow's more of the same, plus some light wind coming in from the northeast. Coming up at 8:30, Paul's got an exclusive
Babe,
heartwarming
it's
story.
8 a.m.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
When it comes to delivering high quality, affordable health care, relationships matter. And after 90 years, Blue Cross North Carolina is proud of the relationships we've built with you. We're 5,000 neighbors, friends, and family committed to improving the health and well-being of everyone across this state. We're here for you, all of you.
1-0 Charlotte Independence on top of South Georgia Tormenta. Let's take a glance at all of the highlights from an extremely exciting round 5 of the Jägermeister Cup.
Casciato said his delivery's been really good from these. Swings this one in on top of the 6-yard box, and it's the opening goal for Omaha. Just like that, less than 4 minutes gone. We featured him in the open. He's on the score sheet already. Steven Dos Santos. Goal in the 4th minute for Steven Dos Santos. He clips this back post, and he has a man rising there. It's across the face of goal, and it's in the back of the net again. Svetanovich with the step-overs. Bracketed by Purple. Lays it back. Right-footed strike. It's a sensational goal, and Chattanooga are back in this. Roberts. Svetanovich. Svetanovich ties it. What a goal. It's a banger, and it's 2-2. Gallardo. Rodriguez. Misael Rodriguez around the corner. Misael Rodriguez smothered by Bush. Still alive. Stabbed in front. Union Omaha back ahead. Lagos Kunga scores. It's 3-2. Be the total goals category. Here's Dolabella for Omaha. Dolabella scores. He missed one 10 minutes ago. That
Overton on his left. The veteran strikes again.
right. Low shot to hold on for Charlotte. Scoops it in with the Panenka. Send him home with the penalty point. Steps up, rifles it home. And Richmond, for the first time in a long time.
Lexington come into this game struggling in League One. This is a cup match, obviously. Here's a chance now, though.
Opportunity, and it hits the back of the net. Ates Diouf opens up the scoring. Herrera leaves it for Velasquez. Not a bad-looking ball.
Good work from Knight.
Knight gets in there, risking his safety to protect this lead.
In front of the area, centering in front. That one's got his way inside. Off the post, inside of the net. Just tucks inside of Bernd Shipman. Speaking of 2+ goals, Frank Ross charges in. Ross holds, Ross shoots, stopped by Shipman. Second chance, Richie! To distribute things as Kempis Tequila drops it off. Rudy Castro goes from deep, and that one gets swatted down by Bernd Shipman.
Into Rendon on the channel, it pulls it back. Roberts was there, but also is Ethan Horde, and Ethan Horde finds the back of the net to open the scoring here in the 7th minute. To clear. That's a beautiful ball for Bruno Rendon. Offside flag stays down. Rendon, can he make it 2-0? Yes, he will. Bruno Rendon doubles the lead for the Hailstorm here in the 21st minute. Lewis now to the edge of the box. Lewis with a lovely bit of footwork. Finds Luis Heel, and it's 2-1. Appeals for offside, but they're not going to get it. Luis Heel just puts it into the mixer, and it's in the back of the net.
Lobs one in, might go in on its own, and it does! Daniel Steedman floats one in from distance in Tormenta lead. Goals in League One for the Brazilian. It's laid off here, fired in! Medence levels it for the Franco. Goals in back-to-back games. First, Campos to win it!
All the goals from round 5 of the Jägermeister Cup. Tonight, round 6, the only goal, Charlotte Independence, 1-0 over Tormenta. More halftime after this. It's the Jägermeister Cup.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
They're hungry for the women's game. They want to see women's soccer. They want to play women's soccer, and that's what we're building at the USL. You can see it in my eyes, only want the best. Maybe running every night, won't settle for less. Got me looking to the sky, got me feeling blessed. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest. Burning up inside of my chest. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest.
The best nights start with Jägermeister. Made with 56 botanicals. Always served ice cold.
Take a miracle to come back from this. Heartbreaking end to the season. But what's this?
For the moments when anticipation
Clock's counting down. 5 seconds. 3, 2,
becomes celebration. Jägermeister. Meister the moment.
Shaw's in front of him, takes a deflection. Here comes Sacramento right back at Trevor Abbott.
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Always reaching higher, pushing further, achieving remarkable. At Novant Health, we never stop. Because whether it's sports performance at the highest level or the playground level, we're driven to help you excel at what drives you. Not just keeping you healthy for the game, but also healthy for life. Novant Health. Expect remarkable.
1-0, Charlotte Independence leads South Georgia Tormenta, presented by Novant Health, proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Charlotte Independence. Same and next day sick visits, Novant Healthcare provides where you need it. Schedule online, novanthealth.org. Summer of Soccer, CBS Sports Network, ESPN2. Tomorrow, Oakland Roots, Sacramento Republic on CBS. And then next Friday in the USL Championship, Hartford Athletic, Phoenix Rising, CBS Sports Network. Look at the slate through July, through August, as the USL is featured prominently on some of the biggest networks in the United States. But tomorrow, a big one, Oakland Roots, Sacramento Republic FC, a massive Western Conference battle, 4 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. When you look at the rest of this championship picture, you'll see Hartford Athletic and Detroit City FC, CBS Sports Network, July 31st. Back on CBS August 3rd, Detroit City getting that home field treatment with Rhode Island coming in. And then Saturday, August 3rd, Sacramento Republic and Pittsburgh Riverhounds FC. Let's look at this Jägermeister Cup schedule presented by Canopy, by Hilton. August 9th, Central Valley Fuego, Union Omaha. This will be round 7. That's going to be late night, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. The very next day, Richmond Kickers and the same South Georgia Tormenta side that we're seeing tonight. Will Tormenta have anything to play for? That remains to be seen. Charlotte Independence, Greenville Triumph, first of 2 between those two sides. Round 7, round 8. Forward Madison and Chattanooga on August 10th. Lexington and 1 Knoxville. And then on August 13th, it'll be Spokane Velocity playing host to Northern Colorado Hellstorm FC. Let's check out what else is going on in this Jägermeister Cup. And this is the only match with any nick on the scoreline to speak of. 1 Knoxville and Chattanooga through 45 are 0-0 in the match that Tormenta and Charlotte fans alike are watching. In addition to this one, Richmond and Greenville also scoreless. If that remained the same and there was some help in penalties for Tormenta and they picked up all 3 points tonight, they could stay alive. These scores brought to you by Social Pet, Hotel, and Daycare. As we get set for the second half of action, the Charlotte Independence proud to share their home field with Carolina Ascent FC, new Division I women's professional soccer team starting in August. For more info on the Super League and this team, CarolinaAscent.com. Back after this for the second half kickoff. This is the Jägermeister Cup.
Always reaching higher, pushing further, achieving remarkable. At Novant Health, we never stop. Because whether it's sports performance at the highest level or the playground level, we're driven to help you excel at what drives you. Not just keeping you healthy for the game, but also healthy for life. Novant Health. Expect remarkable.
When it comes to delivering high quality, affordable health care, relationships matter. And after 90 years, Blue Cross North Carolina is proud of the relationships we've built with you. We're 5,000 neighbors, friends, and family committed to improving the health and well-being of everyone across this state. We're here for you, all of you.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees with lows ranging in the upper 50s. Tomorrow's more of the same, plus some light wind coming in from the northeast. Coming up at 8:30, Paul's got an exclusive.
Babe, it's 8 a.m.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the inaugural USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting new tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. Charlotte Independence 1, Tormenta 0, and we'll take a look at how we got there. Tormenta with several chances in the opening half an hour, including this double save. Vivas, then Corey, then Vivas puts it up and over the bar. A glorious opportunity. Nothing there, though, for Tormenta. Here's the goal, 35th minute. It is up and over the head of Al-Sadiq Hassan, misjudges that long ball, and Alvarez able to get on it and push it right past Romig, and it was 1-0 for Charlotte Independence. Quick look at our halftime stats through 45 minutes of this one in round 6 of the Jägermeister Cup. Social Pet Hotel and Daycare bring you these. 50% possession apiece. 4 shots on goal for Tormenta. The lone shot on goal for Charlotte, well, that found its way past Romig. 3 offsides for Tormenta, 3 corners. Tormenta has certainly pushed, but again, a 0 on that scoreline. That has to change, or the Jägermeister Cup run is done. And the second half is underway here at American Legion Memorial Stadium. Jägermeister Cup 1-0 to the host, Charlotte Independence. Ken Levicka here with you on a Saturday evening as the lights start to take effect. Now look like a handball from Obregon, and the referee says, let's play on. Now Tormenta will rue the chances they were unable to plant. And they are going to need a prodigious push here in the second half. They came into tonight tied for the fewest number of points still available in the group stage. No margin for error, and they would need a lot of help in the Greenville-Richmond match. And they end up through 45. Tormenta does, finding themselves on the wrong end of 1-0. Novan Health brings you tonight's match. Tonight's Christmas in July match and Childhood Cancer Awareness Night presented by Novant Health, the official healthcare provider of the Charlotte Independence. Alvarez for Charlotte will possess in the midfield and works it onto the feet of Omar Sis in his 3rd year with the Jacks. Sis, a USL League One Young Player of the Year finalist the past 2 seasons. And the USL League One Goalkeeper of the Year, Austin Pack, launches that into the midfield, and Tormenta will have its first spell of possession here in half number 2. Connor Doyle, the veteran. Now Hassan. Hassan up the left side. It rolls through. Vivas tries to push it on to Fonseca. Fonseca was able to keep it in play. The whistle blows, and they're going to say that Fonseca made contact with Pack, and it's a foul. The Tormenta touchline erupted. You'll see that rolls through Vivas onto Fonseca. Pack a little bit late to it. Fonseca made the contact with Pack, and I think that's the right call. There's no way the referee was going to point to the spot off that. Pack, who is for a 2nd time in this match appearing to show some discomfort in the collarbone, shoulder, neck area. The physio comes out this time around, did not the first occasion in the first half. Canopy by Hilton. If you're traveling to Charlotte to see an Independence game, make sure to stay at the Canopy by Hilton. It's located in Charlotte's upscale South Park neighborhood and is around countless dining options. Canopy by Hilton, the official hotel of the Charlotte Independence. A lot of soccer here in Charlotte. Multitude of levels as Fonseca comes up and make sure that Austin Pack is okay. Of course, a couple of weeks ago on an international level, Copa America here in Charlotte and nearby Bank of America Stadium. And it looks like a yellow is being shown to the Tormenta bench. Ian Cameron has been shown a card. A few weeks ago, Colombia and Uruguay in semifinal action of Copa America. Ian Cameron takes a seat, still pleading his case, but doing it from a sitting position now. Studies have shown less likely to be shown another card when you're sitting. Tunbridge, have that taken away by Charlotte's Carlton Belmar. And this is delivered forward. Obregon to the end line. And all he can do is push it on to Romig. It'll be a shot on goal, but Romig, not much trouble with that. Juan Carlos Obregon, always active. The Honduran has been quite an acquisition for Mike Jeffries. Him and Oberton in the attack makes them extremely formidable. Alvarez. This finds its way through to Joel Johnson. He'll retreat momentarily. Johnson. Alvarez. Johnson once again. Delivers. Cleared away. And Tormenta, can they get out on the run? The answer appears to be yes. Corey on the right side. Grabbed by the shirt. A card is coming out. That was obvious. And I don't know what's happening there because Tormenta did not appear to have a numbers advantage. You'll see Corey start to get forward. Omar Sis is just a little bit lazy from a defensive standpoint, and that's an easy decision of yellow card for Atahan Yaya, who's done a nice job in his referee role tonight. So Sis is in the book. Here's Hassan. Al-Sadiq Hassan, the left back. And that was the right idea from Connor Doyle, but Fonseca, a bit flat-footed on that delivery, was not going to be able to track that down. Tormenta this season came into tonight, 6 first-half goals conceded away from home. That was tied for the most in League One, and that concerning trend continued here this evening, conceding in the 35th minute to Luis Alvarez. Tormenta without Philip Spangler tonight. Tied for second in the Jägermeister Cup in big chances created with 3. Has not been any shortage of big chances tonight for Tormenta, just haven't been able to capitalize on any of them. Behind the play, contact. And this is Preston Kilwine who's trying to stretch it out. He gets up with a little bit of a limp. Charlotte's been in good form in league play in USL League One. In fact, 9 points from the last 4 matches. That's tied for the most in all of League One. A big reason why they sit third in the table. Fonseca! And Pack gobbles it up. Fonseca put it on target. It had power behind it. Pack able to sprawl to his right and has another save. Fonseca put it high up into the air, laid off by Tunbridge. Fonseca was trying to pick out the wide side of goal, but Pack cut off the angle. Made that look routine. Still no score in any of the other Jägermeister Cup matches tonight. Now 3 underway, 1 Knoxville and Chattanooga into the second half. Richmond and Greenville into the second half, 0-0. And Forward Madison Lexington is underway midway through the first half. And nothing on the score line. Fonseca. It's the only match here tonight with a goal, thanks to Luis Alvarez. Charlotte wants to try to attack on the counter. Speaking of Alvarez, here he comes, full head of steam. Alvarez just wide. It did take a deflection. It'll be a corner. Alvarez had options, but they were well marked. Him trying to needle a pass through would have been a high degree of difficulty. And that shot hit a leg. And a set piece upcoming for Charlotte Independence. Luis Alvarez continuing to be dangerous. And this corner is presented by Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A corner kick taken by Charlotte's number 2, Fabrice Fuga.
5 saves tonight for Austin Pack, including that denial of Pedro Fonseca just moments ago. Now it's Andrew Romig's turn in goal. He has 1 save on the night. And he has 1 shot that got past him. This is sent to the top of the 6-yard box, and the header is wide of goal. The big body of Shalom Dute put himself in an opportunistic spot, but just could not find the accuracy. Select, the official match ball supplier, the USL Championship, many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. us.select-sport.com. Select, the player's choice. Charlotte, an effective press. Tormenta able to break it though. Long ball forward, Chase is on. Attacking third throw in. With Vivas battling for it for Tormenta. Hassan. Connor Doyle. Now Tunbridge. Tunbridge into the middle. Touched on, Tunbridge out the mouth of goal. Nobody was home. Now it's played back to the middle. No. An opportunity blocked away. A freewheeling Steedman could not find the target. That ball was just rolling all by itself in front of Pack's goal, and nobody could make a play on it. Desperate defending. And finally, Steedman had that turned aside in a Chick-fil-A corner for Tunbridge. And Tormenta has been full throttle this evening on the attack and still cannot find their goal. Tunbridge near post. Sent high into the air from Dimmick. headed back into play, and Pack falls on it. The height of frustration for Tormenta as their Jägermeister Cup life slips away, continues to slip away on this Saturday night in the Queen City. Takes a shank and it rolls on to Dimmick. He takes the opportunity to deliver it forward to Johnson. Johnson low cross into the middle. Obregon! Oh, a fantastic save from Romig. Alvarez. This is headed backwards. Obregon bicycles it on to Romig. He didn't score, but both attempts were spectacular. Romig equal to the task and then some. Contact with the right hand to keep it out of the back of the net. Then Obregon went full flash, and Romig had it knuckle into his outstretched arms. Well, tonight it's been defense optional for both Tormenta and Charlotte. And for me and for you, it's been the height of entertainment. Looks like we have a player who's receiving some treatment in the box. I think this is Kilwine once again. Second time that the physios had to come out and look at him this evening. And in this second half, to be more accurate. We've got some substitutions on the way here for South Georgia Tormenta. Kilwine's going to come off after his second stint with the physio, and Callum Stretch will come on, the first-year man. Hassan's going to come off as well, and that is going to bring Ramos on. Joshua Ramos. So Stretch and Ramos in relief here in this second half past the hour mark. Kilwine looks bruised and battered. So two changes along the back line. And Ian Cameron, you've got to think, is going to start throwing bodies forward. Alvarez will dribble this free kick away, and the referee, Adahanyaya, says, I wasn't ready, bring it back. Now the referee says he's good to go. So Alvarez will determine his second shot at this. He's the lone goal scorer tonight. His tally coming in the 35th minute. Will it be to the deciding goal? Alvarez. And Romig just stood and waited for it to come down from the heavens. So Alvarez gift wraps that. How about a great gift on this Christmas in July? How about a mini plan? Your experience on your schedule, the 2024 mini plans available for purchase, keeping Charlotte Independent soccer accessible and affordable. Visit charlotteindependence.com for more details. Things have gotten a bit ragged here disjointed pace of play between substitutions, injuries, stoppages. Charlotte's fine with that. Inga is in the book. Fabrice Inga becomes the third Jack to find Arhan Yaya's pocket tonight. Tormenta desperately seeking an equalizer. Will it come here? No. But not cleared yet. Corey, see ya. Jackson Corey, other than that misplay right there, has played an extremely strong match for South Georgia Tormenta. The Lebanese international, second year in a Tormenta shirt for Ian Cameron. Well, Tormenta's no stranger to one-goal matches. In fact, their last 5 have all been decided by one goal or have been a draw. From late March, the 23rd to be exact, to May 18th, 12 matches, 7 of them were multiple goal difference matches. As this is played on, and not the greatest touch in the box there from Fonseca, and it was able to be cleared away. It'll be a Tormenta corner. But in those 12 matches, 7 of those matches were decided by multiple goals. After that, it's been all one-goal decisions or a draw. The last 5 for South Georgia Tormenta. Just been an absolute fist fight. High, high, high corner. And Pack makes the catch. In that 12-match span, where 7 of those were decided by multiple goals, this is US Open Cup and USL League One action. Tormenta had a +10 goal differential, 24-10 against. Certainly their most prolific run of offense on the season. Tormenta is +2 in goal differential away from home this season in the second half. 7 goals in the final 45. That's 3rd in USL League One. They could certainly use some of that. As we are in the 67th minute, and it's still 1-0 to Charlotte Independence. Charlotte, meanwhile, they are 1-0 and leading at halftime at home this season, trying to make it 2-0. And that will roll out of play. Four of the 6 home matches for Charlotte, the Jack scored first. They are 2-1-1. 2 victories, 1 defeat, and 1 draw in those 4. Looks like Steedman could be having some cramping issues as he'll take a seat and receive some treatment. Soccer is for everyone. Come support your Jacks as they battle Lexington Soccer Club at American Legion Memorial Stadium. That comes up Saturday, August 3rd, 7 p.m. Tickets start as low as $12. They are available at charlotteindependence.com. Charlotte Independence, powered by eTix. And Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina, the official health insurance provider of Charlotte Independence. Blue Cross North Carolina makes health insurance easy. Discover employer, individual, family, Medicare, and Medicaid plans from Blue Cross North Carolina. Better care starts here. Bit of a massage What appeared to be some spray, some liquid nourishment for Daniel Steedman. It looks like he's going to try and fight through this cramp, at least momentarily. He'll have to head to the touchline. Oh, it is a pretty slow walk. He's walking like someone that might be on the verge of being substituted out. 2 substitutions for Ian Cameron's Tormenta side. Still awaiting the first for Charlotte. Joshua Ramos replaced El Sadiq Hassan, left back for South Georgia Tormenta. And at right center back, it was Callum Stretch taking out Preston Kilwine. And there is indeed a substitution, and it is going to be Steedman who comes off. So our suspicions were correct.
That was now a rising substitution for South Georgia in the 70th minute. Number 8, Daniel Steedman.
So Tavio Dalmeida is the 3rd substitution for Tormenta. Dalmeida, the first announced signing of the USL League One offseason. Played for Fort Wayne FC in USL League Two prior to coming to Tormenta, and here is the first Charlotte substitution of the night. This looks like Anthony Sorensen is going to come on. Also, Trezor Mbuyu. So Sorensen and Mbuyu enter the fray for Charlotte. First 2 entries escorted in by Mike Jeffries. Back to Tavio Dalmeida for a second for Tormenta. He certainly gets his money's worth every time out. He has the most yellow cards in League One with 7. Here's a turn. That was never going to be on target from Fonseca. Tormenta's going to need to find 2. And there is less than 20 minutes to do it. And even more problems as it stands right now. Forget this score line. Even if Tormenta finds 2, Greenville has taken a 1-0 lead on Richmond. That would also spell the end of the Jägermeister Cup run. That would eliminate any knockout round chance for Tormenta. That's the other equation that needed to fall Tormenta's way outside of them getting 3 points here tonight. Needed a Richmond Kickers victory. And now Greenville has the advantage. It was Hayden Anderson with the goal in the 66th minute. Charlotte content to take its time. Now Alvarez pursuing that. It is headed out of play by Stretch, the second half substitute. Sis meanders towards the middle of the field and onto the near side for Dimmick. Mbuyu turns in the corner, and a corner is issued. Good work in that corner from Mbuyu. And Dimmick will stroll over and provide some flag assistance. That's nice of him. That's what a good captain does. Lends a helping hand. Juan Carlos Obregon into the box, and a sprawling, diving one-arm save from Andrew Romig. Obregon had a body in front, didn't make contact, and then a strong shot and a better save as Dute tried to get onto the score sheet. Sorensen to the back post, headed into the middle, popped up into the air by Ryan JJ, and Romig able to run under it. Three substitutions for Charlotte. Buyu, Sorensen, and Bashir Indai for the Jacks. Indai in his second season, made his pro debut 2023. Tunbridge. It's fought for, and that is a strong win from Corey. Lobbed into the box, nothing. And now a foul is called against Tormenta, and there's a card. And if you were a betting person and Almeida was onto the pitch, you'd say, I bet he'd pick up a yellow. He has 7 in USL League One play. And after just a couple of minutes on here tonight, there's another yellow. So Almeida is in the book, per usual. Niall Watson has come on for South Georgia Tormenta as Ian Cameron tries to find something to unlock Austin Pack's goal. Watson in his first year with Tormenta was with Southport Football Club. 33 goals and 120 appearances before making his way to Statesboro. And there is Watson on the ball. Sent into the middle, knocked down. And a long ball forward, but it was shanked as Obregon was trying to make a run. Well, after tonight, if Charlotte can pick up all 3 points, if they can see this through, they've got 2 massive matches upcoming against Greenville. So at the moment, in real time, Charlotte is 2 points back of Greenville. That's headed into the middle. And Charlotte, it might have some numbers forward. Alvarez hoofing it into the midfield. Greenville Triumph has just scored a second in their match against Richmond. Tormenta's Jägermeister Cup in 2024 is all but done. Regardless of what happens here the rest of the way in the next 12 minutes and change. Charlotte, meanwhile, appears to have set the table. Here's Watson, set the table for some drama here in the final 2 rounds of the Jägermeister Cup in this group. Tunbridge still rumbling his way into the box, and he has a corner that's earned for his side. Tormenta still working hard. But again, real-time standings. Greenville 12 points in the group. Charlotte 2 points behind them. Then Richmond Kickers with 7 on the wrong end of 2-0 against Greenville this evening to this point. And Tormenta last in the group. And this is headed wide. So Charlotte and Greenville, 2 matches back-to-back to close out the group stage of the Jägermeister Cup, and it appears that is going to be to decide who advances into the knockout stage. Now there is certainly still time to determine whether it's going to be 3 points for Charlotte tonight, 2 points, or a single point. All 3, and it's very much a reality for Charlotte. They could win this group. Alvarez, he's looking to try and put this away and leave no doubt. He has the goal this evening. He'll push it back out on the wing. Into the area, and Sorensen put it wide. He found real estate, but hooked it with his left foot. Sorensen, a good give and go with Njai, but the shot was errant. Watson fighting forward in the corner, and a deep throw in. Watson was able to hustle. Fonseca. Now Ramos for Tormenta. He was stoned at the edge of the box. Still found a way into Watson. And then that is side-footed right into pack from Pedro Fonseca. Charlotte looking for a second as they push forward again. The always lively Alvarez doesn't look like he's put 82 minutes into his effort bucket here tonight. He is still moving in a very spry manner. That pass off the mark. Tunbridge on nifty footwork. Tunbridge, long strides. Tunbridge! Pack footed up! And the rebound from Corey is up into the seats. And you can see the body language, the despair on the Tormenta side. They just cannot beat Austin Pack. Look at Tunbridge, 1v1 excellence against 3 different defenders. And he lumbered his way into a blast. Pack was able to get an arm up, and then Corey blasted it into the nighttime sky. Well, Charlotte has such an advantage with Austin Pack in goal. Six saves tonight for Austin Pack. And Hugh Roberts II will say hello here in the 84th minute. Off comes Omar Sis. So the All-League second teamer, Omar Sis, his evening comes to an end. And Hugh Roberts in his 4th season overall with Charlotte Independence. Will get some run on this Saturday evening. Led Charlotte in minutes, passing accuracy, clearances, and blocks back in 2021. After spending a couple of years away, he is back in a Charlotte shirt. Tunbridge, right foot, wanted Watson, couldn't get his head on it. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Tormenta, just for momentum's sake, just so they can see a ball find the back of the net, they are trying to formulate some sort of shape in the attack, but now a counter opportunity for Charlotte. Mbuyu to the middle, but it finds its way back to Mbuyu, whose shot is blocked away. Tunbridge. Watson making a run, and he can't get there. Aquafina, the official water of the Charlotte Independence when the game heats up. Cool down with Aquafina. Hey, your chance to enter to win. Are you ready to take a shot at glory? Enter the USL Jägermeister Cup sweepstakes for a chance to win one of 12 Jägermeister single bottle tap machines and a shot at the grand prize package, which features a Jägermeister single bottle tap machine, 2 team jerseys, 4 VIP tickets to a match, and $250 to host a USL Jägermeister Cup party. Enter today by scanning the QR code on your screen. You see it right there. Get that phone out. Scan that QR code. The sweepstakes end August 13th. You got to be 21 or over to enter. A battle in the corner and a goal kick for Tormenta and Andrew Romig. Romig's been strong tonight for Tormenta, but he conceded the goal after a misplay from Al-Sadi Kassan on a long ball forward. Alvarez went 1v1 against Romig and found the Charlotte goal all the way back in the 35th minute, and as it stands, that is the difference on this Saturday night in round 6 of the Jägermeister Cup. Nifty step over from Joshua Ramos. Ramos, though, tackled off the ball, a grab of the shirt. The referee says play on, and then Ramos gets the foul he was looking for, and there's the card that Ramos earned. It was going to be one of the 2 physical plays that Ramos made here. You can take your pitch which one the yellow is for. Is it for that, or is it for that? You make the decision. Alhan Yaya had the card ready to go. Probably the tug of the jersey is what I would surmise earned the yellow. And another yellow shown to the Tormenta bench. Ian Cameron got one earlier. This is to the bench, not to Cameron. And now Pack is shown a yellow for delay. That Arahan Yaya pocket getting some work here late. Can Charlotte find a second? Sorensen played it to his left foot. He's going to have to retreat outside the box. Anthony Sorensen wants to go 1v1, and he wins a corner. We are moments away from an indication of how much additional time we're going to play here in this second 45. But as it stands, Charlotte Independence, Greenville Triumph, they have 2 matches in the final 2 rounds of the group stage of the Jägermeister Cup to see who advances to the knockout stage. We are going to have 7 minutes of added time. One Knoxville has scored on Chattanooga. It's 1-0 in that Jägermeister Cup match. But within this group, Greenville 2, Richmond 0. So even if Tormenta won tonight, it would not have mattered. Or even, I suppose, with 7 minutes left, if Tormenta still finds a way to win tonight, wouldn't have mattered. Our Greenville victory was going to finish them off regardless. No knockout stage for Tormenta in the inaugural Jägermeister Cup, it appears. So Charlotte Independent, still some work to do. They were able to snuff out the final 15 minutes of a 2-0 victory over Chattanooga on Tuesday night, down a man. Trying to do the same here. Equal strength, but with a 1-goal advantage. Obregon still searching as a goal scorer does. Instead, he'll lay it off, and it'll be Sorensen. Sorensen's been active since coming on. Here's Obregon! And he tried to toe poke it by Romig, who put his body in front. Obregon has a lot of different types of shots in his arsenal, and he tried to finesse it this time around, and Romig went low and guessed correctly. And Obregon has had his chances tonight to get on the score sheet, just not to be, but he'll certainly take the 3 points if his team can get it without scoring. Obregon had goals in the previous 2 matches against Tormenta here in 2024, one in the Jägermeister Cup and one in League One action. Looking for the in-season hat trick. There's still time, still 5 minutes plus of action to be played. And this will be an attacking third throw-in. Anthony Sorensen says, I'd like the ball so we can get back to continue to ask some questions of Andrew Romig. I'll say with Andrew Romig, he certainly gives Ian Cameron some options. Once the injured goalkeeper, Ford Parker, comes back, or is able to come back. Certainly has put himself in a position to earn himself some regular time in goal. Very solid is Andrew Romig. Tormenta the beneficiary of a throw-in. Tunbridge. And there's tired legs for Tormenta. There is what appears to be a sense of resignation still coming forward, but you could see, and you've seen it multiple times, the body language And there is between Tunbridge and Niall Watson. They were unable to hook up. And both turned palms to the sky. Tunbridge knelt to the ground. Not the evening they were hoping for. As we are into our 4th minute of additional time here in the second half. Charlotte Independent still on top 1-0. Giveaway in the midfield. It got through Alvarez. Fonseca to Watson. And a sensational slide tackle from Anthony Sorensen. Came flashing through to knock that away. This is lofted to the edge of the box. And shanked out of play. Nearly found its way to Fonseca. Watson retrieves it. That'll be headed out of the box. Tormenta looking for some sort of consolation prize. Pack had to punch it away. He was off balance. He saw Watson in his peripheral vision and did the smart thing and just said, fine, we'll concede the corner. I was trailing away from him. Did well just to get a hand on it. Into the middle. Left foot shanked away. And there's the goal for Tormenta. Tormenta has finally broken through. It comes courtesy of Callum Stretch, the second half substitute. We're level at 1. The same score line of the previous 2 matches between these 2 teams. It's deja vu all over again. Charlotte unable to clear, and Stretch had it roll to that right foot, and it found its way through traffic into the right side of Austin Pack's goal. It won't matter in the grand scheme of things in the Jägermeister Cup, but at least it'll be something to show for the Tormenta effort this evening. And it'll now be a 6th straight match that Tormenta has played with a 1-goal difference or a draw. Ian Cameron said this week, we just know that we're not really the type of team that's gonna blow sides out. We're gonna be in fist fights and could serve us well come playoff time. That's absolutely accurate. As Tormenta, despite the fact their Jägermeister Cup hopes are going to come to an end this evening, they are very much in the playoff picture in USL League One. Sorensen is in the book for Charlotte Independence. And that definitely affects the table, because Charlotte now 4 points back of Greenville. That's a costly goal in the grand scheme of things. Because as of a few moments ago, Charlotte was within 2 points of Greenville, which meant they possibly had some room to work with in the final 2 matches against Greenville, like earning 1 or 2 points in penalties. Now they would have to likely win both here against Greenville. Fonseca put it up over the crossbar. Charlotte's got to be a little bit careful here. And there's the final whistle. And it's a 1-1 draw for the 3rd time this year between Charlotte and Tormenta. And that'll do it for Tormenta in the Jägermeister Cup. The knockout stage, not a possibility for them. Charlotte, meanwhile, they may rue the late goal they conceded. They'll go into the final 2 of the Jägermeister Cup chasing Greenville, behind by 4 points in the standings. Post-game on the way.
Always reaching higher, pushing further, achieving remarkable. At Novant Health, we never stop. Because whether it's sports performance at the highest level or the playground level, we're driven to help you excel at what drives you. Not just keeping you healthy for the game, but also healthy for life. Novant Health. Expect remarkable.
Are you ready? Ready for more games you love? Ready for more players? New rivals? Ready for more fans? New friends? And endless celebrations? This is Carolina's new women's pro soccer team, the Carolina Ascent, featuring the world's most exciting players, connected to the global game, uniting the Carolinas. We are the Carolina Ascent, built for the Carolinas.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees with lows ranging in the upper 50s. Tomorrow's more of the same, plus some light wind coming in from the northeast. Coming up at 8:30, Paul's got an exclusive
Babe,
heartwarming
it's
story.
8 a.m.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the inaugural USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting new tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. Penalties coming up between Charlotte Independence and South Georgia Tormenta for a second time between these two clubs in the Jägermeister Cup. Round 1, and now tonight, round 6. And so we'll show you how we got here before the penalties begin. And Charlotte in the opening half. Tormenta was really strong attacking Austin Pack's goal, but he denied them every single time. And in the 35th minute, Alcide Kassan had some trouble with that long ball. Alvarez behind him, able to collect the ball and score. Andrew Romig unable to win the 1v1. It was 1-0 Charlotte. That held up until the 95th minute for the second time in the Jägermeister Cup series between these two teams. Tormenta is able to get a late goal, and it comes courtesy of the substitute Callum Stretch, and he has forced penalties tonight here in the Queen City. And it'll be Charlotte to shoot first, and it's going to be Ryan JJ, the opening penalty taker against Andrew Romig. This is extremely significant for Charlotte, these penalties. In real time, they sit 4 points back of Greenville Triumph in the group. They have a chance to get an additional point and come to within 3 because Greenville is their opponent the final 2 group stage matches. The winner of the group stage gets through to the knockout round, and the first penalty is converted by Ryan JJ. And now Tormenta will try and make things equal here in the first round of penalties. Charlotte and Greenville, the final 2 matches of the group stage. And in the Jägermeister Cup, the winners of the group, and then the team that scores the most goals in the group gets through to the knockout stage, the semifinals. Penalties do not count in the goal count. There's the whistle. And a save, Austin Pack with the denial. And the advantage to Charlotte through 1 round of penalties. Pack able to sprawl to his left and deny. Gabriel Rodriguez, and now the rain begins to fall here in Charlotte, a torrential downpour as we head towards our second round of penalties. It'll be Fabrice Inga next up to challenge Andrew Romig. Greenville has won its match against Richmond, all 3 points to Greenville. Now 12 in the group. Inga. And he has it saved. Romig pushes it wide of goal. And now life for Tormenta. Romig took that step up and guessed correctly. So the work Pack did right off the bat here in this penalty shootout, wiped out by Andrew Romig. Niall Watson is next up for Tormenta. Watson, who came on, is a second half substitute. He'll take a long run up. Watson skied it. Tormenta unable to convert in the first 2 penalties. That wasn't even close. And you've got to think that the precipitation may have forced that mistake. This is heavy rainfall. And now more pressure on Andrew Romig to make another stop. Mahamadou Njai. And Njai put it off the crossbar. Miss after miss after miss. And now Tormenta has another chance to pull even in penalties, despite the fact they're 0 for 2 in the first 2 rounds. Pack looking at that crossbar where Njai blasted it off the woodwork. Jake Dengler, all 6'5" of them, to the spot. And Dengler able to score. Tormenta has broken through in penalties, and it's 1-1 through 3 rounds. Dengler showing his veteran acumen. And he tells his young goalkeeper, let's keep it up. These penalties extremely significant for Charlotte. Had 3 points, were within 2 of Greenville in the group, conceded in the 95th minute, can grab a second point to go into 2 matches to end the group stage with Greenville, trailing by 3 points, but they have work to do. 4th round of penalties. A stutter step and a nifty conversion. Clay O'Bara able to find the back of the net. Risky to attempt that run up with the field this slick. Unable to tuck it inside the right post. Austin Pack takes his time. And just like we saw in the full 90, Pack versus Mason Tunbridge. Pack had a really strong save on a Tunbridge blast late in the second half before the Tormenta equalizer. Tunbridge hand on hips. Pack awaits. Tunbridge! Oh, cheeky from Tunbridge. And it's 2-2. Tunbridge forced Pack to commit, and there was nothing he could do once he hit the ground. That's as good as it gets. Confident penalty from Tunbridge. A lot of class there. Anthony Sorensen. Sorensen converts here, and Tormenta has to make. Sorensen with his left foot, and that was nowhere close. And Tormenta can win in penalties if they score here. That never had a chance. Tormenta without a goal, its first 2 kicks of this shootout, and now they have a chance to win. And it's going to be Pedro Fonseca to try and put it away. And try and deal Charlotte a costly blow here late. Fonseca for the penalty win, and he converts, and Tormenta gets the 2 points on the road in the Jägermeister Cup. Charlotte had 3 points in the bag, but a 95th minute equalizer and a Tormenta comeback in the penalties, and Charlotte Independence has to settle for a single point in the group with 2 matches left against the group leaders Greenville Triumph. 1-1 full time and 3-2 in penalties in favor of South Georgia Tormenta. What a wild finish here tonight in Charlotte, North Carolina. Tormenta with nothing to play for any longer thanks to the Greenville Triumph win over Richmond, denying Tormenta any chance mathematically of getting to the knockout stage, and instead they play a bit of spoiler against Charlotte. Tormenta 3-2 the winner in penalties. A third 1-1 scoreline this season. Tormenta able to come through with their 2 points. Let's glance at our save of the match, and a number of saves to choose from. It's brought by Social Pet Hotel and Daycare, and it's going to be the Andrew Romig denial in the second round of this penalty shootout as he dove to his left-hand side and denied Charlotte Independence in what would lead to a Tormenta comeback in penalties. These rain-soaked teams trudge off. Play of the match, 35th minute. Seems like forever ago at this point. Long ball forward and issues in the back for Tormenta. Luis Alvarez makes them pay as he beats Romig low. It was 1-0. That scoreline stood up until the 95th minute. It lasted 60 total minutes, only to see Tormenta equalize and win it in penalties. What a wild match here tonight from Charlotte. So still a lot of drama to come in the Jägermeister Cup. South Georgia Tormenta has been eliminated. Charlotte Independence in Greenville, it's going to come down to them in the group. But Charlotte, instead of going into the final 2 against Greenville, 2 shots back, or 2 points back, they'll be 4 points back. 1-1 full-time, 3-2 in penalties. Tormenta beats Charlotte Independence. For this entire crew, I'm Ken Levicka. Thanks for joining us. This has been the Jägermeister Cup.